If you're considering pursuing an ISO certification and are not sure what's involved in the process, this presentation is designed to give you a basic understanding of what is involved in the ISO 9001 certification, including the time and budget required. Let's start with a bit of background. The ISO 9001 standard has been around for more than 25 years, first released in 1987. It was originally designed as a vendor qualification process for large corporations to qualify key suppliers without having to conduct their own on-site audits. Originally, the companies getting certified were mostly large or mid-sized companies who had the resources to implement the ISO 9001 certification. Because of the complexity of earlier versions of ISO and the cost to implement and maintain the certification, small companies rarely achieved ISO 9001 certification unless forced to do so by a customer contract or other key business requirement. There are currently over 1.3 million certifications worldwide, and that total grows about 15% per year. The standard changes every few years to keep up with the needs of the global economy. The reason for the more recent changes has been to make ISO more suited for small companies to get certified. So it is simpler and much less expensive than ever before, especially for small and very small companies. A business with only a handful of employees can achieve ISO 9001 certification, which allows them to compete with larger competitors. In the past, the time to achieve ISO 9001 certification could be 9 to 12 months or longer. This could make it difficult to respond to a near-term customer requirement with a firm deadline. Today's ISO certification can be completed much more quickly than ever before. It generally takes about 4 months for a small business to prepare for the certification. If needed, it can be expedited a bit if certification is urgent. The reason for the 4 months is that the ISO auditor, called a registrar, needs to see that you've been using the ISO procedures for a period of time before they can certify you. Once the registrar auditor conducts the certification audits, there will likely be some corrections needed. It seems no matter how well prepared you are, the auditor will find something they want changed. So you should just plan on making corrections after the audit. After you email your corrections to the registrar and they are approved, they will issue your ISO 9001 certificate. So from the time you start on your ISO project until you are officially certified, it generally takes 4 to 5 months. Now once you're certified, the auditor will be back once per year to conduct a surveillance audit. So you'll have to maintain your ISO system once you have it in place. But be aware that there's an annual cost to your certification to pay for the follow-up audits. Let's now look at the expert services available to help you complete your certification. Keep in mind that there are 2 parts of an ISO budget. First is the cost of the initial certification audit and the annual surveillance audits, which is paid to your selected registrar. The other part of the cost is for help to get prepared for the audit, which is where a consulting firm like Core Business Solutions fits in. So when you're getting ISO certified, you'll deal with 2 companies, a consultant and the auditor. Keep in mind that consultants are not allowed to conduct audits, and auditors are not allowed to do consulting. Otherwise, there'd be a conflict of interest. In total, there are currently about 85 or 90 accredited registrars in the U.S. and Canada. Some auditors are better for big companies, and others specialize in auditing small businesses. As part of our consulting programs, we help our clients select a registrar that best fits the needs of their organization. Because we specialize in helping small businesses achieve ISO 9001 certification and work with more than 150 companies annually, we know which auditors are best for the small company. So we'll help you get quotes from several small business registrars and help you select one for your company. We are in the business of helping you prepare for the certification. Our consulting programs include the documentation, training, and support to help you be ready for the auditor. Let's close by briefly reviewing the available small business consulting options from Core Business Solutions that can help you achieve ISO 9001 certification. Core Business Solutions has been in the business of simplifying ISO 9001 certification for small companies since 2000. We work in any industry, mostly with companies from 1 to 100 employees. This map shows where our customers are located that we've worked with recently. We like to say that we work with any size company in any industry anywhere in the U.S. and Canada with any size budget. Because we work with such a variety of companies in all industries and sizes, we've developed 4 distinct consulting programs for small business that you can choose from depending on how much time you have to work on the project and what your company budget can handle. Our two lower-priced programs are our 4x4 online consulting programs, which, as the name indicates, are provided virtually using online technologies and remote help from our consultants. The 4x4 program works a bit like taking an online college course, but you'll get help from the professor. The program is organized into 16 weekly homework assignments that break the project into manageable steps such as completing a video training or preparing a document. Sometimes there are tasks to hold a meeting or conduct employee communication. This step-by-step approach will help you prepare for the audit and complete your certification in a 4-month time frame. The difference between the Level 1 self-directed 4x4 and the Level 2 expert support option is the amount of help you'll get from our consultants. The Level 1 program is basically a do-it-yourself without doing it alone approach. You'll work through the 16-week project plan, and you can call our consulting office with questions. So we're on call during the project, but not necessarily actively involved. When you call, you'll get to speak with one of our experienced consultants, but not necessarily the same one each time you call. Level 2 takes it one step further by assigning one of our senior consultants to work on your team from start to finish. Your consultant will take some of the workload on the project, such as drafting your ISO documents, phoning into your management review meetings, and remotely assisting with your internal audit. It's not the same as having the consultant on site, but we do offload much of the hands-on work and can provide much more specific guidance to your management team in terms of setting quality objectives and working through corrective and preventive actions because of our familiarity with your business. We'll provide you with the costs of the online 4x4 programs during the planning call with our sales staff. The other two options are our on-site consulting programs, which brings our consultant to your office or facility to work with you and your team face-to-face. Because these programs require us to provide the extra time on site, these are our higher-priced consulting programs. The top-level program is the full-service on-site consulting program. With the full-service program, we will be on site several days during the project to provide face-to-face training, walk through your facility, work one-on-one with your managers, and conduct your internal audit as if we were the registrar auditor. This last piece can be very valuable, as it will give your managers and employees experience with an audit from an outside auditor prior to the registrar's audit. Think of it like a dress rehearsal of the audit that helps everyone be better prepared and less anxious for the real thing. Also with the full service program, your consultant will draft your ISO documents and sit in on your first couple of management review meetings. Between site visits, you'll still be working with your consultant by phone and email to address questions and keep the project on track. The last option, called the Share the Work on-site consulting program, is about halfway between the 4x4 online programs and the full-service program. What that means is that our consultant will still be on site for key activities during the project, but will also work together online similar to the 4x4 program. With Share the Work, we basically split up the work between us, with you taking about half of the tasks and the consultant taking the other half of the tasks. This program is equally successful as the full-service on-site program, but at a lower project cost. Again, during our planning call, we'll provide you with a firm, fixed-price quote for both on-site consulting programs that will include all the travel expenses. They will be all-in-one simple pricing to allow you to accurately plan the overall budget for your ISO 9001 certification. Now that you've been introduced to the basics of how ISO 9001 certification works and the options available, you're now ready for the planning call with one of our sales staff. If you have already completed your planning call, we will be sending your firm fixed price quote for the options we discussed. We look forward to our call in order to get better acquainted with you and your company. If you're not sure of the day and time your planning call is scheduled, please contact our office right away to be sure you get it on your calendar. We look forward to speaking with you.